Welcome back to another podcast of What's Your Story? And we have a special guest who flew in from Germany, Andreas Schulz, someone who's been in the rally scene. We're going to get to know him a bit more throughout the podcast. Andy, welcome.
First of all, welcome to everybody. I'm glad to be here. I enjoy it with you.
We appreciate it.
I'm long time in Dubai already, and I like this, like the cars, like the old cars, historic cars. This is something where I can work also. I understand this. The new ones with only cables and with all the electronic, I don't like at all.
But we were just talking, we spoke a lot even before the podcast. The 1980 is one of many races you've participated in. Tell us a bit more of your journey.
The rally started for me in 76. We do small rallies, like every boy go to a club and then you start. And my passion was also mechanic, so I do quite a long time mechanic in the World Championship also.
Very nice.
And I was first time in Dubai, 82 in November. I worked for Said Al Hatchery and for Bin Sulayem for a mechanic from Opel factory.
Nice.
We was a Rodman's team in this time. And after I stay with Opel and then start the Dakar Rally.
Very
and
nice.
they miss one people. Then I do already for around 4 or 5 years in this time the French Rally Championship.
Very nice.
And so I can speak a little bit in French.
Okay.
And they ask me, please come to this race. And I say, okay, it's a lot of work. I see everything, but I try.
It
And
took
then
obviously
I
a
try
while, yes.
for a couple of, and then I like it.
Okay.
And then it goes more and more up every 2 years. Then I get the first factory, real factory driver and car. But we fall down a dune. I broke my back, and I was thinking my career is finished. So I stay a mechanic. But
and how long did that take for
3
the
years
recovery?
later, the driver coming to me say, Andy, I have a Japanese driver, factory driver, and they want you come back to the car. And then I go with Masoka.
This was in 2001?
Masoka was 94.
Nice. Oh, well, your rally
94.
debut.
Then I was from 86, 88 and 90 I start. And then from 93 I go back to Mitsubishi. I stay 15 years with them. And so this was my starting time.
Very nice.
And after I do 7 or 8 Dakars with him.
Very nice. And so your debut of the Dakar was in 94.
94.
And how was that as a first time
the
experience?
first time was the Dakar was in 86.
Okay, very nice. And you were as a navigator? Or?
Navigator, but in the service truck. But in this time was good for me. We have to do the same like the rally cars.
Okay.
We can go around. Now every service truck is on the main road.
I'm sure
But
it's different.
if we are not arrived, there was no paths. So you have to be all the time driving.
Yeah. It's not as nowadays in the modern age.
And you have to work day and night.
Very nice. Very nice.
This was a strong time. We make a good character, and for me, it was the real time.
Nice, of course. When it was analog, as you always mention.
And then it started for me 3 very good years. 2001, I win with the Jutta Kleinschmidt. This was the only woman. She win the Dakar Rally.
Nice.
And 1 year later, we were second. And then I go back to the Japanese driver.
Mm-hmm.
Then we never win the rally. We was maybe 5 times 4.
Okay.
Always in the top 5 or top 10. And then I win again against Peter Hansel with the new prototype from Mitsubishi. And this was the maximum 3 years what you can do.
Very nice.
After I have different drivers, Carlos Sainz 1.5 year.
Beautiful.
And again, China driver, Russian driver.
So a lot
I
of
can
mixed
speak also
nationality.
in Russian.
Very nice.
In the car.
Okay.
But only in the car. If you're out of the stage, then
So if we were with you, would it be Arabic now? Or you? I'm sure you know a bit of Arabic.
No, not really. And all the people talk in English to me. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. What is the most difficult rally you've been to?
For sure, it's the Dakar Rally. Then you have to be in a very strong surface and everything. You have everything from really stony, hard dunes, riverbeds with a lot of stone inside, and the speed is immer what you feel. We never lift the pedal if nothing is in the book.
Okay.
So we go flat out.
Very nice.
So you have
And,
to be physically 100%
physically,
fit.
yes, but I was never a good sportsman.
Mm.
I go to motorsport and I don't need to run.
Okay. Yeah, but did you encounter any accidents during your?
Yes, for sure. I have 36 turnover.
36.
Yeah, in my
Wow.
life, but this is not so much. Then it's only once in the year.
No, but 36 is a lot. And
Yeah, it's a lot. But
knock
this is
wood.
also mechanical fail, driver too fast. Most time, what monitor? If you roll the car, then somebody is too fast. But I can also say when I try to be a driver, I put already 10 on the roof myself.
Yeah, this this is the part of the
This
game.
was
You're trying
the-
to be the
yeah.
fastest. Oh, it's always a human error, but
You need to come to the level what you think.
Of course, you try to push as much as you can to the
Yeah,
limit,
yeah.
but sometimes the limit goes overboard and
Yeah.
you're upside down, you know.
And the most rally what I like is this. Before was Dubai Challenge, now is Abu Dhabi Challenge.
Mhm. I think
I-
you're participating next week for the Abu
I go
Dhabi.
next week. Then after 5 years, they wake me up again and say, "Please, we have a young driver. Explain him a little bit. Go with him, and we try to come safe to the
Okay.
finish." But this rally, I win 2 times, and
Very nice.
many times third, fourth, everything.
So, as a co-driver, just for the audience, you have won, knock on wood, 2 Dakars as a co-navigator, or
Yes. I was 2 times
very nice,
winner overall with Jutta Kleinschmidt, with the woman, and with the
very
Japanese
nice, very
driver.
nice.
And leading, I do many times, but then is some problem or something, and then
And I'm
you
sure,
know,
even as a co-driver now, before it was all books and everything was written.
yeah. Now we have the tablet, and
Yes.
we have to go by finger, and
Yes.
you take the page like with the finger, you know.
Oh, really? Okay.
And
'cause I
then
was
you
speaking,
read it, but you don't. It's not so easy to go up and back. Sometimes you look something back or something, and this I need to. Even now in my age, I need to learn it.
You need to get used to it
Yeah,
also.
Yeah.
Okay. So before you prefer the old ways.
The old ways, this was my way.
Yeah, yeah.
Even like with the old cars.
And you put your own notes and everything.
is it? Do you prefer the new technology? I mean, the cars are obviously a lot faster than before, but is your heart? Do you like the older versions or the
One, it's not really true. Then the really fast one was in the time when Peugeot, Citroën, and the Mitsubishi, the prototypes. We have 550 horsepower, and this car was with the long gearbox. It was 230, 240,
Wow. And
and this
no
was really
weight.
pushing. But now, what is much better? It's suspension. Suspension
Of
power. We
course,
have
of course.
350, 400 maybe, but the suspension is incredible and much less dangerous for me.
Safety protocols obviously is
It
much
really
better. now.
helps a lot for the safety and to be confident. But before this cars, the drivers, they go also flat out, but there was many, the car go like this, and was
They're able to
very
swerve.
difficult sometimes to control, much more dangerous.
I'm sure.
what are the most difficult fixes during the rally? Like, what is the most thing you encounter? Is it the gears? Is it the suspension? Is it the engines failing?
Normal, the gearbox is mostly a problem.
Okay.
This is most time, but normal now if you come out of the stage, the mechanics can do everything. They do for me one engine broken, you do it in the night. And really this BMW diesel engine, they fall a small piece in. That's why. Otherwise, the engine is perfect. And I say I hear something. They say
Yes.
look in. Then in the morning we say yes, you were right. We find this small piece, but we have to open all the engine completely. And this was really, there was 6-8 people working on this engine.
On
Yeah.
the
And
And
clock, non-stop.
they finish just in the time and we do it and we have no problem after.
Wow.
Incredible. You also mentioned that you attended the 82 rally here in Dubai. How was that experience?
For me, it was the first time to come to a country where I have never been, and
Yes.
they asked me. This was maybe 3-4 weeks before Christmas, and They ask me if I come here. I say yes. It's a nice journey to go to Dubai, and I know everything. I know the Interconti Hotel. I know the stages. Still nowadays everywhere. It's
Everything's
the
different.
houses and all this.
Of course, but it must
things
have been a
where
shock.
We can go from here. If we stay
Yeah.
here, you go 10 kilometers and then start the dune.
Correct,
This
correct.
was my time when I come here, but still I like Dubai and I'm happy to be here.
It's always
in the
nice to
winter
have
time,
you.
it's amazing for me. It's
Yeah,
very
so
good.
but it must have been a shock coming from Europe. And in '82, Dubai was just starting to come up. You know, and back in the day, there wasn't much of awareness about Dubai because you know the satellite was a bit weaker. Obviously, no social media, the newspaper. But I could only imagine somebody from Europe coming to Dubai to find that there is great potential, there
Yeah.
is great life, there is even races. In that race, do you remember any details from the race?
On the race, I remember very well. Then we have a broken pipe from the oil cooling,
Okay.
and outside in Hatta, Saiti stay. It was the radio coming and say we stop in the stage, and I was crazy. I take just my van and I go opposite to find him, and I find the car and I find the. I can repair it and everything, so we come out. But the next day we get $1,000 penalty. I go opposite of the
Oh.
stage.
Wow, that's a lot back
A
then.
lot
It's
back
easy
then,
to understand.
Yeah, it's a lot. $1,000 in '82 is a lot.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
And
The
just for a
boss
pipe.
asked me what I think. I said, sorry, what you want? You want the car in the race where we go home?
We had to do what we had to do.
Yes,
Yes,
it was
Yeah,
nice.
it has to be done. Yeah.
very good.
But what about we were talking about the Porsches. You told me that
Yes.
there was a very long rally from Europe all the way down to.
To Dhaka. We take the new Porsche 911 Dhaka, this new model, brand
Yes.
new, 5 cars.
Beautiful car.
And we go from Munich to Monte Carlo, and then we enjoy, we go to the Eco Race.
Okay.
This is the old Dhaka,
Mhm.
and we go along with them. We have a little bit for the historic cars, the road. We pass sometimes a little bit. And so we do in January, we do already 7,000 kilometers.
And how long was the duration?
The day is normally around 500 kilometers.
Wow.
But
Wow.
with these cars, I like it. This
You
was
enjoy it,
a
of
journey,
course.
you know, not really dangerous what we do. This was a really nice journey.
It was a safe Dakar, not
Yeah.
like the usual ones you
No,
were doing.
And with these cars, they're fantastic, but not in the stones.
Of course.
You
of
destroy
course.
too much on the car.
And obviously you have air conditioning, Bluetooth. What else?
Yeah,
all the things
new
you need,
yes.
you know, for your comfort, as
Digital.
opposed to,
Yeah.
let's say, back in 2001 or 2003.
Yeah, but in this time also the factory teams, there was already in a top
Of
level.
course, of course.
So in this time around in the 2000,
But
Yeah.
it's a beautiful sight to
Yeah.
have 5 911 Dakars, you know, doing
Yeah.
it just for fun.
and before I was also with Erwin Weber. We have this Seat factory team from Germany, but we do also with the kit car, we do with the World Rally car.
Nice.
We rent it, and I was the boss of the workshop for 5
Very
years.
nice.
And this was also a time, but in this
Sure.
time I was co-pilot, mechanic, and 300 days on the road.
Very nice.
But
Wow.
I
Very nice.
enjoy.
A man of many talents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's very
So the rally took you about maybe a month. This from Munich to
18 days.
18 days.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And now obviously with the new, how are the new gears compared to the old ones? Are they more reliable?
It's PDK. I'm
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
but is it
Yes.
reliable?
This is working like a ghost. You know, you just put always the right gear in and
Yeah.
everything. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yes.
You know, I think a person he can change the gear like this.
Really,
This always in the right revs. All the thing is amazing to do.
it's a crazy car, and
Yeah.
you know, to have an experience like that, I'm sure it's the best way to enjoy the car. You know,
Do you think maybe that in a few years they will rally might be electric?
For sure, then already Audi show
Yes,
you
correct.
can do with electric, and they have both inside the engine and the electric. And Carlos Sainz win the Dakar with this, so it's for sure something for the future. And I think next week or this weekend it was the E-race in Jeddah in Saudi. So they're pushing in this way. Also the circuit with the Formula cars, but there is only not vroom, vroom.
No,
I
you
like
can't-
it.
the noise.
There's
the
no
feeling,
noisy,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
I
Then-
don't from outside. You don't have a feeling what the car doing.
Yes.
You know, and
very
and
quiet,
I like
you
if you when the wheels is spinning when
Oh,
you have to drift and bam, bam, bam,
Of
bam,
course,
this
and
is
you
good.
hear the engines and the revs, everything.
course.
It's
You can hear the particle in the engine like you did
Yeah.
with the diesel, but to the new one, if it breaks down, it breaks down. You can't fix it.
There was also some times with the old cars when the Audi was there, when Talbot Lotus or the Lancias, the Fiat Abarth and all this.
Yes.
If you stay in the forest and we have to play, everybody from us mechanics, we know on the sound which
They
car
can
is
hear
coming.
which
Yes.
one. Yeah.
Everybody had a little bit
Tune.
different, and it was a game for us
Of
to
course.
say
It was
which one is
exciting.
coming.
I wanted to ask you actually, Andy, about in the 80s. I believe you worked with Walter Roll as well, and during the time where Audi were, let's say, dominating the World Rally Championships, how was that as an experience?
This when Audi was coming, I still stay in Opel, and Walter Röhrl, he have the Opel 82,
Mhm.
and we can beat Audi with Michel Mouton, but really on the limit with a two-wheel drive there was not more possible.
Of course.
But our Opel Ascona in this time, it was really a strong car and easy to drive, so you don't get tired with the car and
course.
nothing. The Audi you have to fight.
Because it's all real
But
as well.
Audi coming better and better, and then they're winning the world championships and everything. They start the real future.
Mhm.
And the Peugeot was coming, the
For
Audi
the
S4,
Quattro, yes.
the Lancia, and all
The
this. But then
Lancia-
it was the accident with Henry Toivonen
Mhm.
and with Attilio Petica, and then with Santos in Portugal.
Yes.
And
yes.
they say we cancel this group. This group B, it was a fantastic time, but you need really the top drivers. They
Of
can only
course.
drive this car on the limit.
Of course, and the navigator as well. You
The
know,
navigator have to be fast in reading.
yeah, you need to trust. You know, the
And
driver.
Even
needs to-
Christian, he was with Walter Röhrl in this
Mhm.
time. Still now we are very good friends,
Mhm.
and so these people they have more to talk in the car than me
Of
if I go in
course.
off-road. You know,
Mhm.
like in Abu Dhabi now, there is sometimes 1 kilometer, 5 kilometer.
Straights.
It's
Yeah.
you need just to be concentrated for look outside what is with the dunes, what is with the
Mhm.
surface, but there is no change. But like in Monte Carlo or this, you read every 200 meter, every 100,
corner,
sometimes
it's a
corner, and you have to be in the book all the time.
Mhm.
If it's snowing or raining or foggy, you have to be inside.
A lot
This
of
is really
conditions can affect
yeah.
the car. Yes. Yes.
also these people are fantastic.
Nice. And so during that time, also Lancia were coming out with the 037.
037.
How was that? Listening, you know, being around the buzz.
This car was really like a Stratos. This was made only for win rally,
Yeah, just
win
to,
a
yeah.
world championship and all. And the Italian guys in this time they're making a really perfect work. But they was clever also in how to do. They have
How they applied for the
all
race,
the
yes.
service people. They was really good trained.
Mhm.
So they changed the engine in 1 hour.
Imagine.
Yeah.
Under
If there
pressure.
is something happened, but normally the engine, it's a blump, and this. But in the
Mhm, mhm.
Italian way, something. was
Of course, they have.
missing.
Yeah. Yes.
But there was really good, and I speak with Walter. He win the Monte Carlo in this
Mhm.
car, and he said for him this was the car the best what he like.
Right.
This was so exact to drive and everything.
Wow.
I go with him 2 stages in Corsica,
Okay.
and this was still in my head.
Nice.
It was
I think his last race was in Sanremo, I believe, in the Audi.
in it could be San Remo.
Yeah, I believe. And we were speaking also off camera. Hamed Al-Mutawi,
Yes.
whom his father is also a very well-known rally legend
course,
here
of
in the
course,
UAE,
of course.
has a Quattro.
For sure, we have to talk about Khalifa.
Of course.
Then,
And you have a lot of memories with him.
I win with him 2 times the world title,
Very nice.
and in off-road, and I meet him the first time. I don't know, nobody know each other,
Of course.
but then we do 1 race, and he was in Tunisia rally.
Mm-hmm.
We do the first stage, and we win the first stage in front of Peter Hansel, in front of Schlesser and
Wow.
everything. So he was born in one stage,
Nice.
and everybody know his name.
Very
Yes.
nice.
And they ask him how to do, and they say, "Sorry, this was only Andy." Andy tell me, "Go, go, go. It's okay, it's okay."
Nice. Yeah.
Don't worry.
So it's trusting in
Yeah,
the
we
co-driver
trust,
as well.
and then
yes.
we get really good friends till now.
Oh, very nice.
And 2013, he asked me one time, I like to drive one time more.
Mhm.
And then I say, okay, I make co-pilot.
Very nice.
And then we win in the last race in Egypt. It was the Pharaoh Rally. It was a really
Tough race.
really fight with Schlesser on the end, but Schlesser on the end,
Okay.
he's shitting a little bit, and the guy from the FIA,
Okay.
he make a disqualification one, but still we it was after the race when
Mhm.
they see you have no restrictor inside.
I see. Okay. Okay.
But on the end, it was he didn't can believe I start first, and he think we are lost in 3 hours. He never see us, and
I
we have
see.
the Mini, and he have the more faster car
Mhm, mhm.
with his buggy in this time.
And then you guys came up
And
with
then
a surprise.
On the end, we
Nice.
win the one championship.
That's
It was
great.
nice.
Great. Great.
Yeah. Go ahead. I wanted to ask, what do you think is the best car for rally? Is it Audi? Is it Subaru? Is it Mitsubishi? Who is the best?
That is easy to say. Each factory, each brand, you have one time the best car.
Yes.
One time it was Audi, then it was Fiat, then it was Lancia, then Subaru, then Toyota, and Toyota now again, and
They're coming back.
this Hyundai is coming back, and also fantastic. The names coming more and more also from Asia, and this, and their most cars that we can say is made in Europe somewhere.
Yes. Yeah.
All of them in Cologne, or the Hyundai is in Germany,
Yes.
but mechanics from everywhere in the world, and they're doing a fantastic
Becoming
job.
more competitive, of course, and
Yeah.
research and development.
Now also
is
the driver, there is now Rovampera is 19 years old and is world champion.
wow.
They're born
Born to
with
race.
the,
Yeah.
born to race, and from the father.
It's
the kid
generational.
already,
Yes,
also
yes.
Solberg and all these young
Very nice.
people's. I mean Schwarz, the son, it's very good also. So
Yeah.
the, for me, it's how we can say the best. All these sons, there was to the race, they started to like it,
They grew up.
and they grow
being
up in the
there,
car,
yeah.
and also in the right place, like in the
course.
snow in Finland.
Of course.
The young
A
ones,
lot
they're
of
coming
great
from
drivers
Finland
from
more,
Finland, yes.
not the Germans, not the French one.
Of-
The real young ones, they're coming from the
Finnish.
north.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, and it's nowadays I feel it's everything is a bit easier, not like before. Before, if you were a mechanic or if you were a co-pilot or if you're a driver, it wasn't as easy as now, because now there are obviously with social media you can enter, you can qualify, but before you really had to be super talented to achieve what you have achieved,
Yeah.
or to to race with the drivers that are of that caliber. Now, if this guy knows this guy, you can reach easily. But before, I feel the old days it was more tough. The competition was tougher. Now maybe there is more competition, but I don't know.
For me, I have to say you are right.
Yeah.
And in this time, we don't have a mobile phone or
Yes.
nothing. We have to trust ourselves. We have to be a mechanic. We have to be everything to
Yes.
arrive. We don't can make the risk. Now everywhere looking somebody for you. If the drivers go out, immediately somebody take the bag, take everything from them. They're like the
Yeah, helpers
king
everywhere.
boys.
Yes, yeah.
But they are
Hospitals
good.
everywhere.
But in our time, there was nobody. We have to
All
work
by
day
yourself,
and night
yeah.
when we do it. But I think the inside in this time from us was more we wanted.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah, 100% more
The
passion.
hunger was there, yeah.
And this is, I always say this, it's not only with the cars, it's with majority of things that were maybe before the phones came out. I feel even people themselves, they look tougher. I look at our parent generations, I look at footballers before, you look at Mateus, football,
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. Everybody's, right now the guys are, like sticks. Not, I don't feel it's the. Of course, times have changed, everything has changed, and I feel it's a different time. It's maybe easier for them, but back in the day, you're 100% right. passion was 100%. The whole life was driven by passion. I'm sure you sleep and wake up, all you think about is that. You
Yeah.
cannot think of something
when
else.
I do the Dakar, I stay in the bed at home
Yeah.
and I drive 2 hours. I drive one stage, just close the eyes,
Yes,
and I
you
know
see.
all my points in Africa,
yeah.
everything. But the points coming if you make a mistake on this place,
Of
then you
course.
remember
Of
100%.
Yeah,
course,
of course,
yes.
I get penalized. Yeah.
And I have also mistakes in my life.
Yes, and now with the virtual reality, people are sitting at home. They have the games, and they can literally drive the whole track as if they're driving. They can learn easier.
Yeah.
They just go sit in the car and repeat
Yeah,
it.
they can also make setting and everything on the car.
Yes,
you know,
it's
if
unbelievable.
there are some people they're racing really good on,
Yes,
on
yes.
in the seat chassis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there is no feeling for me. There is no danger.
Of
No,
course.
of course.
If there is a bang, then it's a bang. In our
Yes.
time, it was a bang. Then you have to look how we get the money together to bring the car
Yes.
back to a race car.
Of course.
Yeah, and how were the sponsorships back in the day? They were very tough. They were not as easy as now. You have so many companies. When you
Yeah,
were with you,
but
you mentioned-
in this time, we was a little bit lucky. I never smoke, but cigarette,
Rothmans,
Rothmans,
yes.
HB, and they give quite a good money.
Yes.
And or also airplane, Alitalia was on the Lancia.
yeah,
And
it's beautiful.
you find also in this time, but in this time was not so much necessary like now.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
Of course.
the costing was different also.
Yeah. And nowadays, it's very costly and expensive to run, even participate in a Dakar rally. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
The Dakar, if you want to rent a car,
Mm-hmm.
top car, like
Mhm.
the Mini, what I do next week,
Yeah.
you will be around 700 to 800,000 euro for
Wow.
18 days, and never it will be your car.
It's just for rent.
Just for rent, everything. You have the mechanics, you have the tires, you have the food, all with them.
Okay.
But you have to pay your fly, you
Of
have to
course.
pay
Accommodation,
your hotels,
everything,
and there's a
yes,
little
yes.
bit. So this is something. There you need really a
Mhm.
good sponsor.
Okay. Hopefully, maybe one day. We never know.
We are, maybe we are not into rally as much. We love rally. All I do is watch the videos now. Thank God you can open YouTube and you can watch even your videos. They're all available on YouTube.
Mhm.
You can watch any rally from 70s, 80s, 90s. Maybe learn something from
just
that,
looks
but it's
different.
very addictive.
Yeah.
I cannot stop watching. And especially the big jumps, the crests, the co-driver shouting. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
It's an addiction.
Of course.
So but now I guess times are different.
But
Uh,
now,
it's-
if you see the cars, if the landing, this is like in a sofa.
Yeah, very
They have
soft.
25 centimeter travel, and
Yes.
the cars we were thinking maybe also a little bit wrong. Our cars were more stiff, I think, and this goes to the body more and more.
Of
And
course.
now
Of course.
is
Yeah.
this suspension with the new one, but this is the tires, the suspension. This is amazing now.
Yeah, it's much easier to drive also now. I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
it's more comfortable, healthier for the
For the body.
for
Yes.
the body also. Yes. Yeah.
So now moving a bit away from rally, I'd like to ask you for what was your first car, and
My first car,
which is considered of a classic now. You showed me
Now,
a lot of your cars.
for sure, it was a Beetle.
Okay. Okay.
But the Beetle, I roll maybe 2 or 3 of them. Then even without
Even a Beetle, you
we-
rolled
we,
it.
we start without the driver license to drive.
of
You know,
course,
we are
of
from the farm. On
Of
the farm, we drive the tractor, we drive the cars, we drive the motorbikes.
So you've learned many
Yeah.
different
We-
driving
We have a
styles.
crazy young time.
Okay. Okay.
Any-
And after I was working in Audi,
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
so Audi, I have quite a lot of Audis. Still, I
Okay.
have one Audi 100S Coupe from
The
76.
100
And
S Coupe.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's a nice car.
Yeah.
So, but you still like that era of cars. We love like 70s, 80s, maybe 90s, the older cars. Now the new cars, I have my
the new cars, it's very easy to drive,
Yes.
but nobody can do anything. You need always to go. You need a computer. You need to
Yes.
plug in, and then each mechanic, each guy, he didn't understand the car, but he can tell you what's happened.
Correct.
yes,
Correct.
yes.
And in our time, sometimes we have to take out something to look. There was nothing in the old cars.
Yes.
You have to open an engine, put the head off, and you
Yes.
see what's happened.
A lot
Yes.
of trial and error.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
And in this time, I think all the mechanics can open something. Now the mechanics they
No.
didn't open it.
Nothing.
With all
No.
due respect to mechanics nowadays,
course.
YouTube,
Not- yeah, yeah.
YouTube mechanics.
This BM
All of them.
All-
But
Good answer.
one you can say, if it's your job to do something,
Yes.
Mercedes is easy to work.
Yes.
Then there is the most things is screwed.
Mhm.
Yes.
If something not going easy, you know you miss something.
Yes.
Don't try to.
Yeah. Don't
to-
force it.
Don't force it.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
you will find a small screw or something.
Yes.
Then this car was really good made in this time.
Of course, Mercedes is the top. Even though I'm a BMW guy by heart, but I love Mercedes. Of course, I respect. But you know, you like.
Yeah, but you have a little bit to see. Mercedes start very early with parts, with everything.
Yes.
Porsche start late,
yes.
and Audi start nearly nothing. They're coming very late. And
Yes.
BMW was already there, but
Yes.
BMW make really, really long time motorsport. That's why
Yes.
all the young people they like, you know,
Yes.
when they see them driving like on the Nürburgring or something,
Yeah.
it was for this.
He's always showing me videos,
Yeah.
Nürburgring, either
Yeah.
crashes, best time lapse.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look at this. He watched all of them on YouTube.
I
It's a
do with
performance.
Walter Röhrl one time, and
In the GT3 RS, there's a latest video of him.
still now he's 76, but if somebody is faster than me,
Young
he
at
get
heart.
crazy. You know, then he
Yes.
start. No, I drive one time more.
Yes, after that, yes, 100%. I think the true car guys, enthusiasts,
Yeah.
will always be like that. He
Yeah.
cannot. The ego is bigger than the engine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's also the Mr. Quanti asked me from X-Ride to come back to show a young one how it is in the rally car. He's 19 years old, a Spanish guy now. When I get the offer to go into the car back, for me was easy to say yes.
Yeah.
I look one time to my wife and she say, "You can do. Don't worry."
Nice.
Yes.
And of course,
bless the wife.
Yes.
Bless Petra also. This
Yeah.
is the best co-driver for you
The support
in
system.
life. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
Yeah, we have to give credit where it's due.
yes,
Yeah.
of
You know,
course.
of course, behind every successful man is a beautiful, successful woman.
Yeah.
Yes, bless her heart. So, what are the plans for the future, Andy?
For me now, I try to maybe do 3-4 races more. Then my dream is with just in front of my 70th birthday next year.
Yes.
I try to do one time more the Dakar, but I want in a good car. I don't want go to the historic
Mhm.
till now.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Still, and now it's a good test for me to go to the Abu Dhabi. This is 2,000 kilometer and really, really difficult
Demanding,
sound.
Yes.
But
Very
I like this
demanding,
and
of course.
that's
No, we wish you nothing but the
My-
best.
We wish you all the best. We
Yes.
are rooting for you, and we hope all the viewers are rooting for you also. We will definitely be very excited to see you, and hopefully, when you win the rally, we're going to invite you back again, and
Yes.
we can sit here and talk
Yeah.
about your win in the Abu Dhabi rally.
I hope we finished. I hope in the top 5.
I'm sure you will finish, and I'm sure.
But I can tell you what my friends say when I say I'm back in the rally car.
What did they say?
You're completely stupid.
No, no, I
I
don't
say,
think so.
if you think your life is finished with 70, then you can stop.
No, of course not. You're
But,
just starting.
I do with Rauno Altonen. This is one of the really old drivers.
Yes.
He win the Rally Monte Carlo in the Mini. And now it's 55, 60 years ago.
Yes.
And when he was 80, I get the offer to go with him to Mexico to
That's
the
amazing.
Panamericana.
Why not?
And he was 80 and he drive really, we drive, you know. And
Hard, yeah.
he really know how to handle the car with 80. Now he's 86 and still he's driving.
It's the
course.
experience. It's
And
the
he
And
will
then I
drive
say,
it.
okay, if this guy can go in this way and I am co-pilot, do it.
Of course.
course.
And like how I said, still young at heart.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
of course.
it's not the age.
The only thing that can stop you is yourself. If you think that it's not going to happen, but I'm sure that you are very confident and we are supporting you 100%. We like you, we root for you, and I'm sure that you will not only be top 5, I hope you're going to be,
Podium.
We will see.
Number 1.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope so. Again, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for coming,
Thank you.
Mr. Andy.
I
It was a
enjoyed to
pleasure.
be with you and
appreciate it.
all
A
in
legend.
this nice garage here.
Yes.
I enjoy really the
You're
night
always
and
welcome.
talking with you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.